Yo guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before you do anything, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. And for those of you that are participating in Ramadan Kareem. And today's topic is Arsenal. Arsenal. Like, I don't know what to say in terms of the luck we have as a club sometimes, man. So as you're well aware, or if you watch the football Premier League, Arsenal has finished on first place in the Barclays Premier League, and going into the international break. And we've just recently had the Champions League draw. So Arsenal, for the first time in however many years, have made it into the quarterfinals after just beating Porto on penalties. And with the Champions League draw, I feel like we've been hit with one of the hardest sort of routes to a Champions League final that you can think of. So we've been put against Bayern Munich, which, by the way, we've lost, I think, 5-1 the last time we've played them in the Champions League, at home to make it worse. So we're starting off at the Emirates Stadium, and then once that happens, then we'll be going over to Bayern Munich to play the second leg. And then, depending on how we come out of that game, we'll be facing the winners of either Real Madrid or Man City. So it looks like either way there's going to be one English team progressing to the semi-final or the final. Progressing to the final. Because if we do by chance beat Bayern Munich, then we'll be progressing to the semis, and then if we beat City or Real Madrid, and then to the final. How do I feel about this? I think, I don't know, I think in terms of the way Arsenal has been playing this season, our type of football, I feel like, there's a hope there for us to obviously get the result, at least at the Emirates, and then hold out for a draw. I think that's how I feel the tactics might be from Arteta. I'm not sure what everyone else feels. Please feel free to put your comments below. But I think for us to have any chance of winning or progressing to the semis at least, I think we absolutely give it our best go at the Emirates, get a really good result there, and then just hope for a draw once we go back to when we go to Bayern Munich. I think that's our best chance of doing it. I think we've been playing exceptional football this season. We've been an amazing team, and obviously that's testament to us obviously getting to the quarterfinals. But obviously we're still lacking, we're still missing a striker, like someone that's very clinical in front of goal. I think Arsenal play beautiful football right up until it gets to the striker role bit, and then there's no one to sort of finish off that amazing move. We tend to sort of play a lot of the balls in front of the defenders where they can see what's happening. We haven't got enough people that take shots. I feel like we're trying to play that perfect ball into the middle area or into the box to get someone to finish off at a set piece, but we haven't got a striker as such to, a clinical striker that can just take that last bit of the ball and then just, convey it into the back of the net. So I think in the Champions League, that would be the thing that would let us down. I think we'll play beautiful football, get to the sort of the end product and not have an end product. I can see that happening, but I'm going to stay hopeful as an Arsenal fan and just say, do you know what? I think we might beat Bayern Munich. My prediction would be 2-1 or 3-1, actually. I'll say 3-1. I'll be optimistic and say 3-1 Arsenal at home. And then I'll say it'll be a tough game away, but if we can hold out for a draw and win on aggregates, that would be fantastic. But you guys let me know what you think. And just to circle back to the boxing event with Anthony Joshua and Ngannou, what a knockout, man. What a knockout. I think there's still a lot of talk around that knockout, although it's been over a week or so. What an absolutely devastating knockout by AJ. He's well and truly back. I mean, we're still waiting on Fury and Usyk to have their match on May the 18th. It's just been announced, obviously, Eddie Hearn has announced that there's going to be no decision made on Anthony Joshua until that fight happens, because everyone strongly feels that His Excellency will make that fight happen if Fury gets past Alexander Usyk. So we're all anxiously waiting for May the 18th to see what happens. I mean, it'll be amazing for all the UK fans if Tyson does beat Usyk. I don't see that happening because I think Usyk is a very, very, very good boxer, and I think, you know, Tyson's a bit on a decline at the moment. But you never know, it's boxing, and I think if the best version of Tyson turns up, he's got, you know, the skills in his bag to go ahead and execute that win, and then make that, you know, that final showdown with AJ to finally prove who's best in the country, who's the #1 heavyweight in the UK or indeed the world. So we're all anxiously waiting to see what happens. But yeah, amazing knockout. Ngannou said that, you know, he's not gonna give up on boxing just yet, and he feels like boxing owes him something now, so he's gonna find a way back into boxing. I don't know who his next opponent would be. I've heard, you know, different names being thrown out there, but I strongly feel he should fight Wilder. I think, you know, he's fought the top 2 heavyweights in the world, obviously excluding Alexander Usyk. But another name that was there was, you know, Deontay Wilder. Although, you know, he's lost and sort of out of that contender of being in the top 3 or top 4, it's still a very dangerous fight because, you know, he's got, you know, knockout power, and Wilder, so does Ngannou. So it'll be interesting to see how Wilder fares up to someone that can punch just as hard as him, and see how that fight goes. But it'll be an interesting fight either way. I'm not sure if that fight is going to be made straight away. I think he might go to the PFL for a bit and have a UFC fight there, and then, you know, potentially come back into boxing. But we'll have to wait and see what he does. But I think that's it from me. It's a nice quick one from myself. Thank you all so much for watching the channel. Please make sure you like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned in for the next one. Take care all.